Good morning, everybody, from the streets of Reno. It is Tuesday morning, Carson City getaway day for Jen and I, and we're kind of excited, especially me, I think more so than Jen, because I've never been to Carson City before. Virginia City, well, probably 3 or 4 times, but Carson City will be a first for me. And there's a lot of history there. Of course, it was named after the famous mountain man Kit Carson, and it became a state in 1864. It was very critical to Abraham Lincoln and the Unionists to have ratification of future amendments. So they really needed 2 more votes from a friendly state. So very rapidly, Nevada was admitted to the Union in 1864 and have held a place ever since. It's a small city. It's got 55,000 people compared to Santa Rosa with about 180,000 to 200,000 people. But it's important because it's the capital. All the government activities are conducted there. And it's got some really old housing stock, some really cool stuff to see. And I'm really looking forward to walking some of the streets with Jen. It should be a lot easier to push Jen around those streets and sidewalks than Virginia City with all their wooden planking sidewalks. So we shall see. They also have the home of the United States Mint from like the, I don't know, late 1860s, maybe 70s, up through the 1890s, the Carson City Mint, the CC, and there was so much silver coming out of the Comstock lode that the government set up a place to mine, to put that silver, make that silver into United States silver dollars, and silver was an accepted medium of exchange in our economy at that time. And well, so much silver flooded in that it definitely disrupted the flow of economics around the world, but it helped make Carson City a relatively prosperous town. So the Mint is now a museum. We'll be stopping in there and looking around, so it should be a lot of fun today. I'm using the microphone, a little bit sketchy. I hope it works okay. Keep your fingers crossed, because having mic sound is much more important, at least to you on the YouTube side watching. So hang with us today. We got about a 30-mile ride down to Carson City, and we're going to have something to eat and get our day underway. Capitol, you can see with the silver dome. So just be aware if we see a sign for a visitor center.
It's in the middle of the intersection. You just go on, bro.
We have the old Mint over here, and I think probably the visitor center's there. Jen found a map too that'll kind of help us. So we'll go in the visitor center, pick up a map. We got all day. We can relax. We're doing good. Missy Jen's getting a little morning exercise here. So yeah, let's get the chooch on the road. There's a look at the old Mint, which is now the Nevada State Museum. Isn't that a beautiful building? We're going to see if we can find the visitor center. Still looking for that. Interestingly, this is where one of the Pony Express stops was here. There's a marker for the Lincoln Highway. First coast-to-coast federal highway. You don't think John McCain? Nah, couldn't be. It's amazing. And 120 riders rode 650,000 miles with only one rider killed by Indians, one schedule not completed, and one mail lost. It's pretty amazing. I wonder if the modern post office could do any better. Nah. Beautiful little
Quite a
gardens
handsome,
here. Quite a good-looking building, Missy Jen, huh? This
Yeah.
used to be the United States Mint, the Carson City Mint, and now used as the Nevada State Museum. So we got time to check it out today. I know some of my coin collector friends are very interested in when this was used as and functioning as a mint, because they're some of the most collectible and valuable silver dollars of all. So, all right, ready to check it out?
Yeah.
All right. This is really lovely in here, isn't it? The entrance to the museum, Missy Jen. Yeah. I love this wrought iron. I know it's modern, but it's still pretty cool. Okay, we made it inside. Short little ride, huh? up to the first floor. There should be some, take as many pictures as you like. I like that. This is the ghost town area, carpenter shops. A little more light would have been good.
Yes, it sure is good to be back home, Jimmy. About time we returned to make sure no outsiders gonna pour down the buildings for the old bricks and lumber.
This is a look inside of an old assay office where people would bring in their ores to be assayed for how much per ton of ore the yield was. I guess this was the would melt the metal out of it and then get a yield per ton.
Long as there was Italian woodcutters and stonemasons, Chinese cooks and lumbermen, well, forest miners, Mexican mule skinners, Irish mine and mill laborers, and German farmers. As for me, friends was a cousin Jack, who arrived here from Cornwall after the copper collapse in 1866. My mother came over after I sent her an American letter. He used to work under that hip spring over yonder. No, not that one, Jimmy. That one. Why, he was here through several and answered them for
We're
that.
now in the old part of the mint, and look at that beautiful rail going up to the second floor. We've left the museum part, the modern part, and we're now in the old section of the U.S. mint. This would have been gas lights back then. But what's really cool, Missy Jen, is this huge scale that they use to accurately weigh bullion shipments.
10,000 ounce beans.
Yeah, 10,000 ounce balance beams. This just, what really amazes me, besides the brass here, is just the level of workmanship. You see that detailing on there? Look at that, how amazing that is, and just the finished detail. This is called the Henry Truman balance scale. Imagine they had to ship that all the way around Cape Horn or bring it overland. So everything that they took in for delivery or sent out in the way of bullion, they use this scale for accurately weighing it. All covered to keep the dust out too, which is pretty amazing. Isn't that beautiful? These are some of the trophies won by the Winters family. The 1860s, 70s, some of the finest breeding stock in the West, and this is a few of the trophies they won in competition for having some of the very best bred horses. Isn't that beautiful? Just sort of videoing from the side to keep the glare away. Just amazing. We now come to something that's ultra cool from the USS Nevada, which was the battleship built in 1916 and retired in 1946. And this is the silver service. All battleships at that time had a silver service on board. And the Nevada was no exception. The Nevada, of course, was caught at Pearl Harbor during the attack of December 7th, 1941, but the Japanese tried to get underway by getting up power, and it started to move out in the channel, and then the captain determined that the Japanese were going to try to sink it in the channel to bottle up all the ships in the harbor and render the harbor ineffective. So very wisely, he ran it aground up on shore. It was repaired and put back into service for the duration of the Second World War. So quite an amazing story of recovery. And isn't that spectacular that this is what the officers, more for decoration and actual use, but if the president was coming aboard, which sometimes happened, this is the set that you would break out. So it's that incredible USS Nevada. You can see it on the bottom there. You wonder if Navy ships have these today. Look at the massive candelabras too. Very, very beautiful. This shows some of the native silver that comes out of the ground and how it's made into bullion and stamped with the stamps. And here's some more beautiful silver services. Look at the exquisite work on that. Their lighting sure could have been better, but it is what it is. This is one of the coin press #1 at the U.S. Mint in Carson City. Put the coin blank in and the pressure comes down, boom, and stamps that with tons of force and forces the design into it. I guess this is usually a working model, but it's hoped to have this running again in the first part of 2016. Well, I guess that didn't happen, but this is where the operator would have sat. The early mints were steam powered. These flywheels allow it to gather real momentum as it goes around. Somebody's coin collection here. This is the, I was telling you guys about the Carson City dollars that were minted here. They're highly collectible. These are on loan from the Wells Fargo Bank. All the gold. This is basically every coin series and year. Half Eagles, which were $5 gold pieces. Or $10, excuse me, $10. No, they were $5 gold pieces. The Eagles were $10. The Double Eagle were $20 gold pieces. The mintages, number of pieces made, and over here is the silver dollars. That, my friends, is worth hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, that collection. If you're enjoying this tour today, I might also show you these windows back here. Look at how they're covered with steel plates so nobody could break into the mint and steal all the bullion. Those are some serious steel window covers there. If you look down here, you can see the bullion wagon. Because it's very heavy, they would use that wagon to pull it around the mint, the bullion, the blocks. And of course, if it was gold, there'd be 1,000 pounds or so, more than 1,000 pounds on one of these carts. Gold being one of the heaviest elements on Earth. This is some of the material they used at the mint to assay and check the bullion that was coming in so the government wasn't getting ripped off. When it took in this bullion, and here's some of the cups they used to melt the ore to check the value content of it. And the register, I guess this is the people that came in for business and on tours. They had to sign the ledger. You can see 1877 here. August 22nd. Keys to the treasure. Here's some of the beautiful coins that were struck here. Liberty seated dollars. Very rare, 3,000, 2,300, 1,300. I mean, we're talking about extremely valuable coins here to collectors today. Some of these quantities, 296,000 to 1885. And they call them Carson City because on the back, underneath of the eagle's feather, they have a little CC. These are trade dollars that were minted to facilitate trade with the Orient. China, they didn't want paper money. They wanted silver denominated in trade dollars. So over on the other side, we'll see some of the gold coins. $20 gold pieces. And here's where I was talking about. If you can see very closely under the very difficult under the eagle's feathers on the reverse side, you can see a little CC down there. Double eagle, which were $20 gold pieces. Again, they have the little CC below the shield on the back. $10 gold pieces. They were called eagles. $5 were half eagles. 20-cent pieces, yes, at one time we made 20-cent pieces. Quarters. This is the way that things left the mint in bags. So when they were done striking with a die, they just took a big chisel, cold chisel, and just put an X across it. These was what was used to stamp, boom, boom, the coins that were produced. Now, interestingly enough, in the 1970s, the Government Services Administration of the United States, the GSA, discovered bags and bags of Carson City dollars that had never entered circulation. So they had a promotion that if you sent in, like, I don't know, $20 or $30, maybe $40, you could get one of those coins in a plastic case. United States silver dollar Carson City. And anybody that got them really made out well because they were all uncirculated, meaning they had never been in circulation or used in commerce, so they were in very good shape. Plus the mintages were very, very low. So they're probably worth hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of dollars for some of those Carson City dollars that U.S. citizens were able to buy direct from the GSA. You just sent in your money and, well, they sent you your coin. So, good deal, huh? Don't look for any today.
Drift. Combustion engines couldn't be used underground, so drilling machines and other equipment were run by compressed air. For example, pumps powered with compressed air were used to remove water accumulating in the mine. Later on, electricity powered the pumps. Black powder, you probably know it as gunpowder, was used in constant mines that produced everything from cobalt to nickel to tungsten and zinc. The Museum of Mining is a tribute to the miners and mining industry of the state of Nevada. Now that you've seen this video, we hope you'll visit a mining exhibit on the museum's lower level. Please remember that at this time the exhibit is not wheelchair accessible.
All error coins.
Oh, no. Oh, this
Yeah,
is there.
These are. This is
Okay.
an error one. Yeah, we do have a bunch of GSAs up
Okay.
front. Those are
Yeah,
all
I just wanted
GSAs
to
that are
show
for
show
sale.
my friends
Yeah.
what you could get from the GSA in the 70s for
Yeah.
just a few dollars. So this is the way they came to you in cases like that. Beautiful, huh? Proof like they have the mirror. It looks like a mirror behind them. Yeah, so if you were lucky enough to send your money in, that's what you got. It's very high grade, Mint State 66 PL proof like. It's probably at least several $1,000s for that. Pretty cool. This is all just Carson City gold that this dealer sells. Gold and silver. They don't have a price on it because they fluctuate with the price of gold somewhat.
They will just, and they, in